Ta-da! It's me. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, you're probably looking at the title of this and going, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Yay!" And I'm here to tell you about it, maybe. Well, it's an interesting, very curious and beautiful thing which I've discovered, which is basically letting your higher self speak through you. And this originally happened for me when I started channeling. But of course, it also came through meditation, through intuition, having these downloads, and getting connected to, well, something bigger than myself. Call it source, call it spirit, call it guides, spirit guides. It's the unseen, it's the non-visible, and it's actually what actually really can change things for us, because it's, when we penetrate beyond the surface is when things get deep and interesting and impactful. And so what higher self authoring is directly connecting with higher self, opening that direct connect, and basically channeling it through writing. And I believe that if anyone feels inspired to write a book, and that feels like a tingle, like a sensation, like a resonance, then you're being called to do it, because there's a higher purpose. It's not just some fantasy, it's not just some idea. And of course, yes, people feel the call, but don't do it, don't act on it, right? Because when things come down to it, we have to go beyond theory into practice and action and actually do the thing. And of course, many people don't do it, don't make it that far. And that's their karma drama, if you will. And yes, all that hidden potential, all that pent up potential that never gets fully expressed. And I remember the 2 Tony Robbins live seminars I've been to, he mentions this thing, and it's quite startling. And it's always stayed with me, which was that the thing that residential, end of life, elderly, golden age care homes are full of is people with regrets that they never did that thing. And I wish I'd done that thing, right? Wish I'd dared, wish I'd got beyond my fear, my limitation, my mind, and actually done that thing, gone out of my comfort zone. And it's never true an hour. With every year, with every week, with every month that passes, it's never truer. It's like, whoa, yeah, this doesn't go on forever. Oh, look, there's grey hair. Ooh, okay, what's next? And yeah, we're kind of this awareness of our mortality, and that, yeah, there is a time factor involved here. And so, circling back to higher self-authoring, as if love mattered. Well, love is who we really are. Love is all there is. And also in this interesting dimension of the 3D, the third dimension, let's say the material realm, the physical realm. And by the way, yes, that is a pool behind me, and it does have a cover on it. And no, I haven't swam in it. And other interesting, trivial details. And yes, this is a swinging chair. It's not some weird effect. Yes, so as if love matters, because love is who we are. Well, it's an important point there. Love is who we are. Da, 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 da. Love is who we are. La, 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 la. There you go. There's a little someone calling in the background. There's a kind of a sign from the universe there saying, yeah, that thing, that one. And interesting enough, I watched a bit of a video from the Diary of a CEO, well, a podcast interview where a guest is talking about DMT, and it's very interesting. And then I just checking into the comments, and all the people who tried DMT, a lot of them are saying, oh yeah, what I lived and understood through DMT, trying DMT, was that love is the key. And then I didn't need to do it again because I realized, okay, love is the thing and nothing else matters. And that is the case. And one expression, a great expression of love, is to share your higher self, your download, your heart, your soul code download in the form of a book. And I've done this. I dared to do this. I did it. I dared it, and I did it. And I've done it twice, and I'm doing it a lot more. I've got like 4 or 5 titles on the go. Crazy. And the impact is exponential. I get people messaging me or commenting, saying, yeah, I've got your book, I'm reading your book, I keep it near me, I love it, wow, it was so impactful, this happened with reading your book, etc. And that is so rewarding, it's so fulfilling. So fulfilling, so beautiful. And when I think to all the books that I've not written, that I've read in my life that have given me a new perception, insights, helped me understand things in a deeper way, I'm so grateful for that. And so many of those books, powerful books, have impacted my life and changed how I see things, changed reality. It's been amazing. So I'm just going to turn those notifications, those buzzers off. It's been really exciting, and to be impacted by these books, and to find books, discover books which are, mind-blowing. I'm reading one right now, actually, that's so beautiful. It is actually written by the person who owns this house, and so it's on the bookshelf, and me and my partner Elodie have been reading it, and she's actually nearly finished it, funnily enough, and she's just like blown away, and I'm blown away because also partly it just mirrors my own story so beautifully, and I actually feel very seen by this book, and that's also an effect or an impact or a ripple that can happen with a book that you allow yourself to write, getting out of the way and daring, and allowing that higher self wisdom to be shared in the rites of passage of your life. Your own hero's journey, really, which is actually what a lot of this comes down to, is actually recognize the stages of your life and the hero's journey that you've been on, and integrating that, and kind of really getting to kind of harvest that and receive the initiation in your own life's journey, and the initiation of those different rites of passage that happened in your life, and to brought you to a place where maybe you had an accident, or maybe there was some crisis, and it was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. This is horrific. Oh my God, how am I going to ever survive this? How am I going to get through this? But somehow you do get through it. Something happens. You find a new level of strength. Someone appears who gives you the tools you need, which is a classic of the hero's journey, by the way. The mentor appears, and you manage to get through it, and then you're like, oh wow, okay, you've expanded, you've grown so much because you had to kind of find the inner resource to experience a new level of reality and get out of the situation, the crisis, the dilemma that you were in, and you become a better person for it. And then, right, you're on a new kind of level, but then you're on a kind of spiral as well, and this spiral then finally comes back to that same issue or difficulty or challenge, but you're on a higher level of the game, if you will. And so you're in a new perspective. Even though the thing happens again, the challenge appears again, the lesson, perhaps hasn't been fully understood, hasn't been fully learned, or there's a new aspect or dimension to the lesson, but you're in a new perspective from a higher awareness, and so you deal with it differently. And so then again, you have that new rite of passage, where then you get transformed as well, and your consciousness does, and you shed a skin, and then you enter into another level. And again, it's another rung of the ladder or the spiral, and then it comes back eventually. You come back, and this might be, also like the 7-year cycles, for example, of Saturn. It might be a 1-year cycle, or a lunar cycle of 28 days or 29 days, or it might be some other cycle. And you come back, and then you're, and of course, women, of course, experience this with the menstrual cycle, which is a huge thing in itself, and it's deeply misunderstood. And wow, that's a whole thing in itself, that is incredible. So, and men, we're more of a solar being, so we have this more with the sun moving through the signs, and each year that passes, and our own stages of initiation. And it's incredible, this life journey. This being human is just an incredible thing, and we get to witness it. And also, so through when we harvest these experiences and this understanding and these lessons and what we've learned, and share them with others can benefit from our understanding, and then get along quicker, better, have a more improved experience, deal with the horrors, the crises, everything with more grace, more intelligence, more wisdom, because they're able to make better choices because of what you've shared, and as a mentor does, and takes you under their wing in a way. And so you don't make the same mistakes that you would have made, because you've received these understandings and these wisdoms, and you've also felt seen and heard. And that in itself is love expressed and love witnessed and experienced. So it's a very interesting thing, this kind of giving and receiving relationship with life and with others and with knowledge. And so maybe this appeals to you, this writing of your higher self wisdom book. And if it does, wonderful. If it does, in fact, I invite you to put your hand up and comment interested, and I will let you know about what I've got for you, because I've got a mentorship which will help you write a bestseller, higher self wisdom book. So if that appeals to you, great. It's I've just announced it, so there's an opportunity there if you feel the call, and if you dare. And maybe you don't dare, and that's totally fine. Or maybe it's not the right time, and that's totally fine. But maybe you're ready, but you think you're not ready, because maybe we're always ready, but we're never ready. And maybe we just delay things and put things off because we're scared, or have a lot of fear, or limiting ideas and concepts about who we are, limited identity. Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not the kind of person who could do that. And I challenge that as well. So that's a whole other, side to all of this, is actually, our identity. And, writing 2 books, and in the process of writing 4 or 5 more, it's shifted my identity massively. And, to have that feedback from my audience, from my readers, it's huge, because it's like recognition. It's like a yes to that intelligence, to that divine flow, to that soul code that's flowing through you, to your higher self and to your intuition. It's like, yes, it's the feedback loop, and this eternal dance of creation. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, authorship, from the higher self. Now, as opposed to that, you might be a person who's very much, the mind is your realm, and you write technical stuff, or you're approaching it from somewhere else, and that's not what I'm about. So maybe that's not for you. It's if you want to be in that realm, or you want to approach things from a purely kind of rational perspective, or status perspective or ego perspective, yeah, this isn't for you. This is not your jam. And there are people out there who will help you with that kind of work, that kind of book writing. They'll mentor you happily, I'm sure, because that's what they're good at and that's what they know. The PhDs in the world, the lecturers, the professors who are deep in the intellect and in the mind, and that's totally fine. If that's your jam, right? This isn't my jam. But I honor you and respect you if that's your jam. It's just not my jam, and that's not what I'm about. So yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? This dance we get to do, and we get to choose what we want to do and who we want to be, and yeah, what waters we wish to swim in, what course we wish to chart on our voyage of life and our own hero's journey. But yeah, my firmly is in the realm of intuition and inspiration and working with the soul and the higher self, and with spiritual awakening and with consciousness elevation, and this hero's journey, really, which I love and I'm obsessed with, really, the hero's journey, and understanding that, and how brave we can be and how courageous we can be and how much we can dare. And if we live from our hearts, what incredible beauty is possible to co-create, what infinite possibilities there are for love, for joy, for healing, for growth, for peace, for creativity, for expression, for fulfillment, for purposeful living, for meaningful life, for following our sacred calling. So anyway, if you would like some info on that, and no pressure at all, but if it does tingle, if it does resonate, if you're like, I feel something here, and this could be something for you, you never know. So if it is, great, then just leave a comment or message me directly if it's possible on this platform. And just say interested, in capital letters, interested, and I will share with you the details of that. And you never know if you don't try, right? So it's all ultimately about taking bold, messy action, which is my mantra when it comes to doing things, taking action, growth, having shifts happen in our lives from this higher self, from love, and from our calling. And following the signs, following the synchronicities, because we live in a magical reality. So, hello Xavier, how you doing? So this is what this is about, this higher self authoring. It's really opening that direct connect with the higher self, and allowing this channel to be the river that flows and brings in this wisdom and lands and grounds this wisdom, all your initiations in life, your rites of passage, your higher self knowing, your higher knowing, your soul's knowing, all of it, all those precious jewels into a book that then can be picked up by someone else, and they can experience and know you at a deeper level, and this will be impactful for them very deeply. Maybe they feel seen for the first time. You're sharing and imparting wisdom and understanding, and from a place of love and truth, and that can be very healing for others. And it can also make them go, oh my goodness, wow, I need to actually work with this person. This person gets me. I feel so seen. And I've had that happen to me, where people have literally said, I want to work with you, through reading the book. And that's an incredible thing, because also if you're a light worker, healer, entrepreneur, coach, and you want those really aligned clients that just feel like so warm and effortless and are so on your vibration and frequency, then this is a wonderful way to say hello to them and welcome them in. And never mind the impact, never mind the beauty of writing and your own initiation process of writing the book, because that is a healing hero's journey in itself. Trust me on this one. So yeah, so if that's interesting, of resonance for you, then wonderful. And if not, no pressure at all. It's, it's totally fine. All is well. But if it is, then just pop interested in the comments, or send me a DM, a personal message if you can, and I'll share with you more details about that. All right. Sending you so much love on this Tuesday, or it might be another day of the week where you are when you watch this, but Tuesday, have a wonderful spring day wherever you are in the world. Okay, blessings. I love you. Take care. Bye for now. I'm Jody Dean, by the way, just in case you were wondering, who's this guy? Jody Dean. And bless you. Love you. Bye. Ciao.